Келеш, днес е време да те науча да правиш капама.
Иха, супер баба, може ли да я направим без месо, обаче, че станах веган? Добре, не съм веган вече, ще я правим с месо. So, today we are preparing KAPAMA. This is a traditional, typical Slav holiday dish. Why a holiday dish, you ask? Well, I'll explain you really quick. As you know, we Slavs are not full of wealth and gold, and typically we cannot afford putting 3 or 4 types of meat in every meal, recipe, or basically every dish we prepare. And the KAPAMA is exactly a dish like that. So, yeah, it's a holiday dish because we prepare it with at least 3 types of meat. But if you gather all the resources of all your big Slav family, you can go up to 5 or 6 types of meat. And especially if you come from a particularly rich family line. Though at that point, you may only have to buy it from half of the thing because your extended family line is around 30 people. But hey, still, you have 6 kinds of meat. However, as I don't want to put all my extended family line in this capitalistic YouTube shenanigans, today we're going the more humble way with 3 types of meat. Mainly we'll combine chicken, pork and some type of sausage. But if you're a fan of beef, you can add beef as well. I advise you to use different kinds of sausages if you have access to them. Typically we use some kind of a blood sausage. It really closely resembles the German Blutwurst, but it will be as tasty with any type of sausage, of course. Plus, if you really want Blutwurst or blood sausage, you can always cut yourself and make any type of sausage a blood sausage. Unlike other recipes we prepared so far, this one is strictly a Slavic one and to be more precise, a Bulgarian one, though it has a ton of regional varieties. Basically every region and even every family prepare this dish in a different way. And I'm not really sure if there are some other Balkan or worldwide varieties of this dish. The word KAPAMA itself comes from Turkish, which is another story, but it means sealed or closed. Traditionally, it's prepared in clay pottery, known as the Slavic slow cooker. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and watch my Soooo video. I explained there what the Slavic slow cooker is and that we are going to use it a lot in this channel. The KAPAMA is prepared in layers, but it has nothing to do with lasagna or any other type of layered stuff like Photoshop. And its main ingredient, its staple, is Slav probiotics, known as homemade sour cabbage. It doesn't need to be homemade, but the best tasting sour cabbage is the homemade one. And as you saw in the Soooo video, we prepared it in these huge bidons. Typically my babushka prepared this dish for New Year's Eve, like always. Every New Year's Eve we had a huge KAPAMA. But she was a total savage. She put Soooo in it, which is not a separate dish, but she put Soooo in it. She stuffed the chicken with rice and some vegetables and some even fruit. By the way, we are going to prepare the stuffing, but like a separate dish, a side dish to the KAPAMA for the bonus round. So if you're interested, stick to see the bonus round. The whole family gathered on the holiday and feasted with the KAPAMA. Not only with KAPAMA, with banitsa, tikvenik and other stuff. By the way, if you want to see banitsa or tikvenik, I have them on the channel, so check them out. With that said, let's go and see how to prepare it, so you can learn how to prepare it too, and become level 5 Slav KAPAMA sour cabbage master chieftain. We start with the products. You need 1.5 chicken. This is the Slav version of 2.5 men. 500 grams of pork put in its own intestines, 500 grams of regular pork, the bay leaf, which is the favorite thing of another Slav, allspice, pepper, paprika, also known as Slav multi-purpose spice, 2.5 kilograms of probiotics, 30 to 40 milliliters of liquid goat fuel, and the SLAVIC slow cooker. After that, you enter secret codes for the Slavic sequence for making KAPAMA. My chicken went through some tough times, the skin was not good and it had chicken fur, so I decided to remove the skin. It was blah. So find out a good chicken. My Slav salary was enough only for this chicken. The whole chicken was fine though, so I just cleaned the inedible stuff from the wings and some unwanted stuff from it. There were some feathers which I needed to remove, and yep. A disclaimer here, do not wash the chicken or there's a possibility for us to have another quarantine. With enough rakia, also known as Slav brandy, we can survive anything though. Get the Slav slow cooker and add in half of your probiotics. Make sure to spread them up on the bottom and add in some liquid goat. Be careful not to attract Slav goats, they lurk around this time of the year. Add spices, 2-3 bay leaves, 7 to 8 allspices, and a ton of Slavic multi-purpose spice, so it will become tasty, red and flavorful. If someone doesn't like it, they're probably capitalist spice. This dish is made in layers, something like complicated Slav probiotic lasagna. Mix everything up. This is the bed for our chicken. Let it lay comfortably in it, surrounded with pieces from another dead animal. Add again a probiotic layer. Make sure to have enough probiotic cabbage left for the final layer. We should cover our chicken with a blanket of oil and paprika so it won't get caught in its probiotic bath. Rub it like you massage your Slav wife. If you don't have a Slav wife, you can train on a regular wife too. Add more chicken to the party so the whole one won't feel alone in this sea of probiotics and pork. Rub it too so it won't get jealous. You can use the Slav invention known as a brush to preserve your hands and not to use a lot of oil. This will also make this healthy. Start building Stonehenge out of sausages. Try not to summon anything with the forms you make with it. If you summon something, you either add it as a fourth type of meat or you need to share your KAPAMA with it. Put one sausage in the chicken also for no particular reason. After you do this, add final probiotic layer, some more liquid Slavic goodness and more spices. After that, shoot it in a fancy way so it bakes better. This is scientifically proven. If you take nice shots of your food, it will cook better. Add the lid on. This is essential for baking and cooking everything. Bake at 160 Celsius in normal units and 320 Fahrenheit in capitalistic measurement units for 5 or 4 hours. Thank you, Babushka, that this unit of measurement is the same everywhere, at least for now.
One eternity later.
After an eternity passes, we're rewarded with perfection. The meat breaks down, the flavors are mixed perfectly, and everything is cooked in a way that a babushka would approve.
Bonus Slavness.
For the bonus round, I'll show you the stuffing that can go in the chicken. You need carrots, leeks, rice, mushrooms, and some additional stuff. The full recipe will be in the description as always. Basically, this would be the carbs in the meal. If you're bold enough, you can add this mixture in the chicken. I was not so bold, so I prepared it separately. Peel the leeks very well and start cutting them. Don't worry, they just look a lot, they'll melt down. No, not like the nuclear power reactor. So after that, start cutting the mushrooms too. Heat some sunflower goodness on the stove and throw the leeks to cook. Mix them from time to time so they can cook evenly and they won't burn. After that, after you mix them and stir them, clean up 2 carrots and cut them into cubes. Be careful not to cut down your fingers as always. We don't want this. After you cut the carrots, throw them, let them eat the leeks. Leave them to cook for some time. After that, you add the rice and cook it for some time until it starts to become translucent. Add some powdered beef broth if you have. You can skip it if you don't have it. You can add some white wine. Hi Adam or Gusia. If you're watching, you're not watching, I know. Mix a little bit and throw in the mushrooms. Don't throw them away in the trash bin. Throw them into the mixture. We throw them last because they will cook fast. After that, mix everything very well, cook it for some time and transfer into a huge tava. You know already what tava is. This is the thing where we Slavs cook a lot of our food in, and it's typically huge. Add in some broth if you have. Chicken broth would work, beef broth would work. I didn't have any broth, so I put in water. The liquid should be 3 times the rice. Basically, if you put 1 cup of rice, you should put 3 cups of water or other liquid. After that, you throw this in the oven and bake it until the water or the liquid has evaporated and the rice has cooked. The Slav difficulty level of this, I would say, is 3 out of 5. It's basically putting everything into a pot and waiting for it to be cooked. It's not so hard after all. Maybe the bonus round has some effort, but it's not dramatic. The fact that it's tasty, it's a lot, and it's easy makes it the perfect Slav holiday meal. Energy. The energy you receive, for the ones who are looking after their fitness and figure, should excuse me this time. I haven't calculated nutritional values for the portion, as they depend on a lot of things and the portion that you eat. But it has a ton of protein, a lot of probiotics, veggies, it has carbs and healthy amount of fats. So you should be fine. When serving, make sure you add from everything: chicken, sausage, pork, cabbage, and the freelancer stuffing we prepared from the bonus round. This is the desired look that you should aim for. It should look Slavtastic. If you have sour cabbage and you're a meat lover, this is the perfect recipe for you. Let me know if you liked it and if you'll try it. I hope you like this Slavic goodness, and if so, make sure to subscribe for more. Slav you next time.